If you are afraid of something, look at the same thing differently. Maybe we'll find a way of seeing this thing that makes you scared differently. Ask yourself which kind of life you want to have. If it's aligned with you or a project, that's something that you should seek. So be yourself, bring what you have, crazy as that can be, the best thing you can do. Be yourself as always you can do.
Imagine a world in harmony with nature, with others, and with ourselves. A world where people are nourished by diversity and beauty. Do you believe it can exist? Utopia. Discovering dreams that are reality.
Ciao Italia! Sono qui a Argoumbat, nel sud di Francia. Argoumbat was a private place before, and it was bought from 3 years ago. So we are 19 people, 5 children and 14 adults. Now we live together and share the spaces. We are renovating a lot, but when we bought the place, there was already a good renovation that was done before. This property was quite like they rebuilt it in a quite ecological way, because they have chosen to use like wood as main fuel and other ideas like phytoepuration for treating the water and stuff. Here we have the welcoming area for camping. We have the camping with the solar showers, and also this area here is where we build the big dome for events, a nice space for being together and to play some games, play volleyball and stuff. This is our solar showers. The sun hits here, so that's the oven where the temperature goes really up, and then it goes to the fireplace. So we mixed 2 solar techniques, and then it goes to the showers. The idea with the chickens, they have their own life and they do whatever they want. We feed them, and in exchange we have the eggs. We treat them well, the kids love them, and we have the eggs as well. We don't eat them, but we exchange the eggs for food. We give food and love, and they give us eggs. We have this permacultural way of seeing the gardening and trying to respect the living inside of Earth and letting the animals do their job, do their lives. So when we receive people, usually come here and we exchange time here, and it's a nice way of exchanging. So we will see now there's a project for welcoming people during our events and stuff. This is a tiny house that's more for welcoming, it's not for living inside. So we welcome friends and also we rent for outsiders. One of the habitants here had the idea and asked for the project to be in the place, to welcoming people. So the money that he made renting this goes part for the community and part for himself. So it's a win-win situation. We have 2 lodges like this for summer time, and it's a very comfortable way of receiving people during our events and workshops here. Once we arrived here, one of the things that were already here before, it's a natural swimming pool. I can't say that this is ecological, but it was already here. Talking about ecology, it's a natural one, so there's no chemicals inside. There is also, it's quite important we see for the biodiversity around. This bamboo, it's quite useful for us for construction. That's one of the constructions we made with it. It's a flex yurt. It's quite flexible because you can just put the roof down and then you just put it all together. 3 people you can hold it, and 4 people you can carry it on. And then you can open it and it takes 20 minutes. And then after you can just put the cover. And it's a really nice space for receiving people and doing some meetings. And I think it's beautiful, and it's done just with rows. You make the roll and you put some ropes and you have a place. Inside of the bamboo, we have the robot house. It's the sauna. Honestly, it's really nice. Having a sauna, you can just hot the wood, and after the hot, you go to the swimming pool and quality of life that I would not be able to have if I was by myself. That's one of the advantages of being in community. We can together have more pleasure in life as well. So sun is one of the reasons that we have pleasure together. Some stuff like the sauna or the swimming pool, if they were not here, I don't think we would do by them ourselves. So in Argoumbat, we are a cooperative of habitants. We have the shares of the cooperative, and those shares are the same amount. What comes from that is that each person will have like a room or a place to live that will be in terms of their needs. From that perspective, we will measure the standard of house that we put to the person, and we will decide every 6 months how much it will be the cost of it, because we share the cost of living, actually the water, electricity, wood and all of that. If we reduce our electricity bills and stuff, we pay less because we are just sharing the cost. The price will be really depending, because if we do a lot of events or we receive a lot of people or we have this money, that the income that we have as a community, we will put the prices down. For a couple in a 60 meter square apartment, good standard of living with all of everything I've seen, it's more or less 450 euros for the couple. I would say that I'm really happy paying that every month, but the idea is also reducing. And also we have contributors that put in money from outside, that believe in the project, that want to give sense to their money. We have 5 that put a lot of money here, trusting in our project, trusting in us. And with this money, we do the building, we do the planting and the renovation and the investments. We don't pay our rent with this money. And that's separate way of seeing it. This price for France is quite cheap. We have more or less 30% less expensive than the market price for a standard living that usually it's superior.
I'm Emily. For me, Argoumbat is a place really open to the outside world, and the idea for me is really to be a welcoming place where we can receive people from different countries with different background and perspective, to have a place where they can stay and maybe have a transformative experience and share what we are living here as a collective, and try to find a way to live in a more sustainable life, respecting nature and people.
Argoumbat is a 3-year-old project in south of France. So it's a baby eco-village, actually, and we are established in 50 hectares land. The project here is mainly about having the equilibrium between the self and the group. We are really connected with the Les Passages structure, the national networks, and also the European one, the Global Ecovillage Network. We receive events, festivals, concerts.
I'm Pierre. Argoumbat, it's the place I live since now 6 months. I've been looking for a collective for many years. So for me it's like the achievement of many years of research and of what I want to do, where I want to live, the living style I want. So here I think I finally found most of the things I was looking for.
So Argoumbat before was like a private place, and the owners had like this space and renting, booking for people that were like just doing vacations in a high standard. So it was a kind of a luxurious countryside house for rich people come and chill. And we transformed that into a cooperative of habitants. Here we have the center, like the welcoming place as well for events and for other concerts. We do many of cultural exchange here. The history of the place, it's on the 13th century it started, when a German family came to the region and established themselves here. Argoumbat is the name of the place, name of the fields. So when we arrive, we don't change the name of the place, we just accept the way it is. It's funny to hear.
My name is Pierre. I live here with my family. I have 3 kids and I make beer in Argoumbat. The products that I use to make beer are very close from Argoumbat, less than 60 kilometers. And I sell them just in the village that you can see in the background every Sunday at the market. And also here for the people that live with me.
In Argoumbat, we all have individual houses for a couple, for a person, and the idea is having enough for what you need, and each person has his own individuality respected in this way, and also the common area. So come and see. This is my place where I live with Emily, my girlfriend. The place were already here before, so we just move it in. This is the living room where I live, where I work. Emily is a web designer and I'm a filmmaker. So I work mostly in this bureau here, and that's the space where I live, and there's the toilets there. We have wet toilets with phytoepuration, natural way of treating water, but we also have a lot of dry toilets in the place.
I'm Gaëlle. I choose to live in Argoumbat because it just appeared on my road when I was looking for a new place to live, and then suddenly I arrived here and I loved it, and they were looking for new people and new energies to come in and take part of the projects. And so, yeah, I didn't look for it, but it came to me.
The idea of starting this project comes from this Les Passages model. The group had organized itself behind this legal and economical structure, and the idea of building this place, it's creating a resilient place for being a bridge for like people that are bridging from the conventional way of life to a more ecological way of life.
Well, I would say, like, in an ecological point of view, it's really interesting because we are mutualizing a lot. So if we want to build, I don't know, dry toilets, we can do it all together. If we want to buy local food in big quantity, we can do it together. So there is something really nice about this, like to think all together about how we can improve our ecological impact. I really love the idea to live in the countryside, and being able to be here with the people around, it's really nourishing me. And also because there is a lot of people visiting the community with different backgrounds, and it gives me other perspective and keep growing and thinking and try to evolve differently.
It's a small place where we come to take a tea and to exchange sometimes about our way of living. Here there is the common eating room. We eat here together, and we have some explanation here to show how the cooperative work in our group, and how the money flows with the contracts, and how we can build trust. We also put here our organization panel, where we show the way we structure ourselves. We structure ourselves in sociocracy. So it's a model of governance where we put ourselves in commissions. So each commission will have his own responsibility and budget and objectives. And we have like some with fewer people and other with a lot of people. That depends on the energy. Which one will be more energy or less energy or need. So there is recycling, food, events and welcoming for outsiders, energy, so electricity, water, each person is responsible for each part. And also the projects, they are not inside of the commissions, but have also projects that are more, for example, selling old stuff and putting it to sell. We also have the festival that was done, so that was a project. We have like the project of planting 500 trees. So there's a lot of projects, a lot of things going on.
I was living in Portugal during 4 years in an apartment in Lisbon, enjoying the beach and the sun, but I was missing a collective dimension in my life. So I did like a camping car tour of Ecovillage in France. We really wanted to experiment something collective, and we discovered this place.
Here, I'm in between like my personal activities, professional activities, and the activities of the place. So on a personal level, I really enjoy being here, like enjoying the nature, the forest, the people. Take time to also like slow down. It's something that I really enjoyed in this place. And I also have my professional activity as I'm a graphic designer, so spending time on my computer or creating. and then there is a time for the community. And mostly what I prefer to do is really this idea of like finding how we can organize ourselves, about the governance, I'm really into it, but also into gardening, so taking care of the plants, of the garden.
We are a baby eco-village, and in terms of autosufficiency, we are far away from that. We have projects for creating the autosufficiency in solar panels. It's already a project that's quite advanced. We are searching for investors to make it work. We do have a garden that is going to, with time, is going to be enough for feeding us internally, and also another garden for medicinal plants. We do have a really good relationship with the network around, so the neighbors, they are from, I don't know, a radius of 10 kilometers. We have producers of any kind of food we need. We understand that being together and making bridge between the network around and the people around, we will be autosufficient, but all together, not just our small community, because that's not the way we see things here.
For me, it's not possible to live in a city anymore, no. I've been for 8 years working around in the countryside, and for me the city is just a place I go for the doctor or for shopping, some special stuff. Here also we are not disconnected from, that's another thing that I didn't want, that we are so far from anything, so we are just among us and not connected with the rest. This I didn't want. So here I have a good balance between calm and peaceful place, and also a lot of people are coming, sharing, all this good balance for me. Yeah.
We are in the common kitchen. We eat together for lunch, but not for dinner. It's a way of finding a balance as well between like being together, but sometimes being at home with your need of space. And to organize ourselves, we do shifts. Eating together in lunch, it's a way of saving time, money, and also buying really good food with a lower price because we are buying in a big quantity. And here we buy the flour, everything that is rice and from the region, organic, and in big quantity, it's much less expensive for us.
My life since 2 years I'm here, it has been a lot of surprises, and I really discover another self. I changed a lot living with other people and taking part of this project. So I would say it's a really powerful experience, and even if one day I will change my style of life, I don't know if I will stay my entire life in a co-living place, but in any case I'm learning a lot. So.
We are doing a meeting, I'm not. They are discussing the rent of this year, how it's going to be distributed, the rent, between each habitant. So we discuss that together. We do measure our apartments and our way of living and how it's the impact of this in each rent. And so they are doing a meeting and discussing together for putting the rents in the right spots for each person.
For me, my point of view, eco-village are places to experiment different lifestyle, about how we can relate to each other. It's not the solution, it's one of the solutions and one of the little paths we can do. And I feel really open and curious to everything can be done, and I feel if each one of us can find a way to do something that makes sense for us, it's beautiful.
We have an artistic atelier here. We share some art, and also it's a space for being together. Here is a place where we exchange in this sense, and also when we receive people, we make a bar here for receiving and to chill together.
In my past life, I was pretty happy. I didn't know what I needed. I didn't know what was important for me and for my kids. I was just living my life like everybody told me to. When I did this trip with my family, I discovered that we can live another way. We can live with other people that we don't know. We can decide to live with other people. I learned so much about me, about being in a community, about living another way, about questioning my print on the world, of choosing what I need to spend, what I need to earn, and I think I'm pretty much happier also than my past life.
There is some people, when I start to say, I'm living in an eco-village, they immediately think, oh my God, this is something really close, a bit as a sect. They're a bit scared sometimes, that's something really closed and they don't really understand, but then I'm like, okay, just come, come and visit. I had some friends like this, they came and visit here and realized that it's something really open.
We need an entire village to to raise kids, and here it's the case. They are learning a lot, and I'm super happy to have kids here. And I see how it's wonderful for them because they have several adults, images and models, and different way to see the life. So it's really interesting.
Argoumbat, it's always receiving like people and woofers. We are also receiving a lot of creative visits. We receive people from French network or the European network. For living in Argoumbat, there is a process for being part of it. And this process is made for us to know each other, to build trust. I think in my point of view, it's quite important to understand that trust, it's the building rock for any project that it's a group project. If we don't have this trust on the project or in the people, it will be hard to live together and to make a project. If you are afraid of changing your life, look at yourself and see if you're happy enough to keep doing what you are doing the way you are doing. It's all good, there's no wrong answer for me. Maybe living in an eco-village for me now, it's the best answer for me because it's an holistic way of seeing life and stuff. Even this kind of way of life serves a purpose of understanding what is good for you or not. But if you don't ask yourself, you will not know.
Utopia. Discovering dreams that are reality.